And who better to lecture you about your leisure time than the makers of instructional films? Paul H. Landis, Ph.D., who collects Belgian postage stamps in his leisure time.
Time. Leisure time.
Doesn't it just sicken you?
Did you ever stop to think how much leisure time you really have?
No.
Some of us put our leisure time to good use.
Then there's this clown.
And some of us, Ken Michaels, for example, spend most of our leisure time just moping.
Moping? He thinks I'm moping.
Matt Damon on a good day.
Well, who wouldn't mope? There's nothing to do, nobody's around. You know how it is.
Oh, you don't have to explain yourself, honey.
I went down to the bowling alley, went over to the drugstore. None of the gang was there. All my friends are busy, so what's for me to do?
So I killed a
Do you
hobo.
suppose Ken has more leisure time than his friends do?
Huh? Well, no, I don't have more time. We all spend about the same amount of time in school, and the rest is leisure time.
To spend with our narrators.
I've got nothing to do but wait for supper. My friends have more things to do. They're lucky.
Ken's pretty lucky, too.
Listen to that. All right, I'll bite. Why am I lucky?
Because I haven't
Because
killed you
have
yet,
so
Ken.
much leisure time. Time in which you can do things you enjoy. Time in which you don't have to work.
Time to die.
Like this, huh? Is that good?
Let me show you a few things.
Join me inside my
Suppose
magic
you
robe.
lived 100 years ago. What would you have been like? Take a look.
Where? Oh, is that me?
In detox?
Is that what I would have looked like 100 years ago?
Why am I dressed like Pee Wee Herman?
Well, perhaps. But now,
Huh?
well, let's look back 100 years again
What about...
and see someone else.
Who?
Oh, this dark specter works quickly.
Hey, that's my dad.
Huh? Oh, it's just my son from
Young
the
man,
future.
you get off that bed and get to work. After you clean out the stable, you can build some new steps for the back porch.
So time portals were commonplace in the
While I work
1800s?
72 hours a week. No son of mine is going to loaf.
72 hours?
That's like a
12
day.
hours a day, 6 days a week. Tomorrow morning, young men, you're going out to get a regular job. You can work too, and earn your keep.
So you can buy your own quill pen.
Not so good, Ken? Well, let's try another picture. Say about 50 years ago.
Oh, hello, son.
Looks like a Harvey Korman character.
Say, I've got some new pictures for the stereoscope. We'll look at them tonight. Don't forget about your chores. Have them all done by the time I'm through work. And keep the wood box full.
Full of what, Dad?
Boy, how long will you work, Dad?
Why, 10 hours. 10 hours a day, every day except Sunday.
60 hours a week?
That's crunked up.
Boy.
Well, Ken, let's take a look at your father's time as it really is today.
Do we have to?
Hi, Dad. You sure don't work as long hours as they used to.
That's right, Ken. It's a wonderful thing to be able to do so much work in so little time. This 40-hour-a-week suits me fine.
Have you seen my flask?
And some people even work shorter hours nowadays.
Like the president, for example.
But by the way, Ken, how'd you like to play a quick round of golf before supper?
Huh?
I think we can work it in. And then later, I'd like to shellac that new bookcase I'm making.
Then I have to purify the new shipment.
Well, Ken,
Yes, Dad does enjoy his leisure time.
Is there a point to this or
You
something?
think that a few years ago, people didn't have nearly so much time to themselves.
yes, we've gained a lot of leisure time in the last century or so. All of us.
Wait a minute. All of us?
What about Oprah?
Mother should hear you say that. She's always complaining that she doesn't have enough time.
Well, let's see about that.
Never contradict
Can
me,
you
Ken.
picture your mother as she might have been 50 years ago?
I guess so.
Wouldn't she have been a little kid? Play-Doh fun factories were complicated back then.
My, that's hard work. It takes so much time, too. But that's woman's lot in life. Scrub clothes, carry water, bake bread, feed the chickens,
Who's she talking to?
till time to go to bed and then get up again to start all over again.
It takes less time if you don't keep explaining it.
You see, Ken? Now, how about today?
Don't take any more lip from your mother, Ken. She's got it easy.
My, this new washer certainly is a time saver. and I do need some extra time.
You dig?
Now, let's see. I want to do some shopping, but this first.
Poetry slam comes first.
Wait a minute. This may be easier work, but it still looks like work.
Oh, well, I have to plan the program for the Women's Club next month. That's one of my favorite activities, you know. It does keep me busy, but, well, that's not work.
And besides, shut up.
What do you think, Ken?
Well, Mother does have more leisure time now.
I admit it. Will you leave
But
now?
still, she's always busy. How does she find so many things to do?
She's not an idiot like you, Ken.
How can I find something to do with my extra time? Or for that matter, what about you?
How will you rationalize your pathetic existence?
Oh, it seems as if leisure time is a problem.
Well, let's see how your friends have met that problem.
You know I don't have any friends.
I told him once my friends were all busy. Oh, busy.
You ever say a word and it just sounds funny?
They have something to do with their time. Let's see. Last I saw of Dave, he was headed that-a-way.
Whoa!
You mean this way? Yes. Dave has a hobby of identifying birds.
You know, chicks,
It's
dames.
a pleasant way of spending his time, and besides, it helps him with some of his schoolwork. You can learn quite a bit from hobbies.
Like self-mutilation.
Here's Bill. Some of his leisure time is spent doing part-time work at the bookstore.
Well, then it's not leisure
Along
time,
with
is it?
earning some spending money, he's getting experience that will help him later on.
When he works at a different bookstore.
And Alice is devoting some of her leisure to learning to sew.
Because she's a female,
That's
you see.
something she'll be glad she did when she's older. And right now, she gets a big kick out of it.
Look at her go.
Here's the way Marge spends some of her leisure time. She's learning to play the piano.
Faithfully.
She's getting a lot of pleasure from her own accomplishment. And she's acquiring a skill that will help her socially.
But ultimately drive her insane.
And some of the
Oh,
fellows
wait,
spend
oh.
their time in group activities.
With the Flying
that are
Spinini brothers.
building them up physically, as well as providing them with a lot of fun.
So that's what they're all doing.
I mean, I knew they were dorks,
No
but
wonder I couldn't
man.
find them. I'll bet you think I should figure out something to do with my time.
Nope.
The question is, how will I know it's the right kind of thing? How will I know I'm using my time well?
The narrator will stop
Your
haunting you.
father mentioned a bookcase he was making, didn't he? Remember how he worked at it last night? Mr. Michaels, you gain 3 important things from your hobby, don't you?
Do I?
Who the hell are you?
All I know is this is a pleasant change from my work, and I'm learning a few things. Someday, when I get more time, I'm going to make new furniture for the whole house.
And burn it for the insurance money.
Well, there you are. Do you see now, Ken?
I think so.
Dad's avoiding us all in his
A
workshop.
good use of leisure time should give you a change. It should help you learn things, and, well, now I'm not sure about the third.
It's a good idea to have a long-range goal for your leisure time activity.
Like world domination or
But it
deification.
isn't always easy to find a single occupation that will give you all 3 values.
Then you should have more than one activity?
It does help.
Geez, I gotta
Of
hold your hand
course,
through everything.
even one thing to do is better than just moping.
Or eating some stupid apple.
For instance,
Yeah.
swimming is
No,
a
no.
pleasant change,
There's nothing
a
pleasant
lot
about
of
that.
fun, and a chance to build yourself up physically.
And tear you down emotionally.
And what about reading? There's a leisure time activity that will help you learn things you'd like to know about many subjects.
So before this movie, did people just wander the
And
earth
this
aimlessly,
hobby could
grunting
have
at each
a
other?
long-range goal. Perhaps a job in the air.
Oh, I saw this on YouTube. That's going to explode, man. It's great.
I get it.
This is a joke, right? Smitty put you up to it?
You know, I took some pictures once. Yeah, I got a camera for Christmas.
Ken, I don't recall mentioning photography as an option.
It's around here somewhere. I gotta straighten this place up, too. Oh, here it is.
Back then, cameras were probably just like 0.2 megapixels.
Photography ought to make a good hobby for me. Yeah, might even want to make a business out of it someday.
So this film seeks to eradicate all
Thanks.
leisure time. Is that what it is?
Well, what about it? Will photography give Ken a change?
Or just a new chance
Can
to
he learn
fail?
while doing it? and perhaps prepare himself for better living? Will he have a long-range goal to give him satisfaction?
Or will he piss it down his leg like
And
everything else he touches?
What might be some good uses for your leisure time?
Watching
Will you
crappy
let
Coronet
time
movies?
slip away from you? Or will you use it well?
You know, this kind of puts me in the mood for Dark Side of the Moon. I think I'll go listen to that. Coronet Films reminds you to never relax or enjoy yourself. Goodbye.